So we are sitting here parked alongside the road because at the roundabout coming out of the hotel, Todd somehow peeled off and got on I-70 headed for parts unknown. And we're out of contact. Ash is gone trying to find him and chase after him. And so here's one of those little adventures you get into on these trips.
Having rounded up our wandering rider, we backtracked over to Gypsum to get back on the COBDR, only to find that the road leading south from town was closed for construction for several miles. So now we are spending more time wandering through the suburbs, making our way out of town. Still, it wasn't long before we got off the road onto the dirt. The road started off pretty easy, crawling up a long valley, and then we diverted off into the woods on a nice little forest road that would take us up into the high elevations.
It's turning in front of that cedar tree. The tall cedar.
Yeah, it's a big deer.
Might be a good place for a moose.
I had no idea they were that big.
Moose are huge. They're giant. So how far along you think we are? Third?
A little less than a third.
Little less than a third. Okay.
We have 101 miles to go.
Super. Yep.
Having cleared the first pass, we came down and returned to pavement for a little while, though it didn't last for long.
So we're somewhere above 10,000 feet, climbing up to Hagerman's Pass. So far, so good. Lost the first GoPro camera, unfortunately. Rock took out the lens from that bike right there in front of me with them big old knobbies on it. But we've got the backup camera running now, and we're about to get really high.
The long road was cut into the side of the mountain, with lots of rocky patches and some pretty rocks to ride through. Some pretty steep drop-offs along the edge. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the higher you went, the rougher things got.
Trail's definitely getting a bit rougher. Little water in spots. Certainly no shortage of rocks.
Watch out, little marmot.
Let's do it. All right, starting up Hagerman Pass. Well, that wasn't very elegant. Kind of hit the wrong line there.
Hagerman's Pass Road is just the kind of riding I come to Colorado to do. It literally keeps you on your toes as you pick and thread a line through the rocks and the gullies and the holes and the puddles, It's a lot of fun.
I'm already filming. Go for it.
We're above 11,000 feet now, and this thin air has me huffing and puffing from the exertion of keeping this big bike on the trail. We are loving this stuff. As we get higher and higher, the trees are starting to thin out, and before long we'll probably break out of them and get up into the alpine area at the top of the pass.
Getting higher. We are up at Hagerman Pass, which was quite a climb. Pretty rocky, pretty steep. Nice deep water crossing, and we're at 11,925 feet. Heading that way. Well, we made it. Okay. Now I'll do pictures. All right, so Hagerman's Pass, that was a lot of work to get up here, and I have a strange feeling it's going to be a bit of work getting down. And quite honestly, this big bike going downhill is quite a bit to manage, because it has a lot of momentum and weight going, and these lighter bikes can slow down easily on this stuff, where I just tend to slide on through. Hey doggy. So it's kind of like, once I get into this downhill stuff, I'm kind of committed to it. Oh, that hurt. I went right in that hole, caught a windshield in the face. Yeah, that hurt. Oh yeah. No blood yet. Yeah, well, that was my opportunity. Somebody else's turn. Plenty of room. No problem.
We've come down off the pass now, and we're working through this kind of rocky, twisty little canyon thing. There's a stream over off to the right, and it's now starting to open up into kind of a nice, broad, high valley. We're starting to climb again. Here we go.
$11,800. That's pretty high. And which pass is this? Weston Pass. Okay. Well, that wasn't too bad.
The road coming down from the pass isn't too bad, and we're making pretty good time. We're going to follow this all the way out of the mountains and then cross the prairie out to the main road. And it's time for a fuel stop and lunch break outside Leadville. After just a few miles on the road, we turned off again on the dirt roads and started crossing through some high valleys, big meadows and stuff. It was pretty easy riding for the most part, but it did take us a little longer than expected.
I suppose it was bound to happen to one of us. Come on, stem. Well, tire repaired and back on the road. About 45 minutes. Not bad for a bunch of amateurs.
We're headed back up into the trees again. At least the roads are smooth and nice and fast. This is fun. That big valley ahead is where we'll spend the night.
God. Good God, man. Chris, yep. Yeah, he's on the road again.
We've entered the 4-mile OHV area, and this is getting to be a lot of fun.
Yowza.
These little jumps are a blast.
Wow.
is just fun, fun, fun.
Back on the trail. Come on. And now it's time for a little desert sand. Yes. Bring it on.
Back to civilization. Those are some cool rocks. Won't be long now, we'll be in town. This is a cool little town. Our hotel is down right on the Arkansas River. Yeah, kind of a really nice area they've got down here with the park and all the shops and stuff around it.
They're just more expensive for the creek side.
Now that was a proper adventure ride.
I kind of felt like.
Thanks for watching episode 11. In episode 12, we make our way to Lake City through the pine and aspen forests and beautiful views. Share with a friend, give us a like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.